Alrighty, here we are. Welcome, guys. This is the NBM AMA for December 2021. Really super excited to be here, guys. If you've managed to join us live on Twitch, congratulations. You're going to hear some amazing stuff today. I'd like to welcome the founders of NFT Battle Miners. We've got Diablo Crow. We've got Vedmark. We've got Z-Mana. We've got Dennison.
Yeah, hello.
We have Maxim. And we also have with us the lovely Katerina. Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for putting your time aside to do this AMA for the community. We've got a very multicultural founders team here, which is awesome to see. It really is. You know, we've got such a multicultural community as it is. So for the community to be able to I guess, associate with the founders from all different parts of the world as well, just really touches home for them. And, you know, it's a lot of trust and a lot of, some really good stuff when you have a multicultural team, I think. You know, a lot of good ideas running around. But anyway, my name's Al. Just wanted to thank you guys for being here and organising this, and also thank you, Carlo, as well, for getting me to host the AMA as well again. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for staying awake at 5 a.m. your time, right?
That's okay. The things we do for NFT Battle Miners, am I right? The things we do for NFT Battle Miners. It's totally worth it. Totally worth it. All right, well, we might get... actually, sorry, there was one thing I wanted to do. Carlo, if you would like to have a little bit of just an intro into the two new founders that we've got with us today, which is
actually,
Maxim.
They're not new. They were just a little bit behind. Actually.
A little bit behind.
Katerina is with us for a longer time, right?
She has been, yes.
Just a little bit shy so far, right?
Yes, correct.
But finally, now we can present her. And Maxim have joined the team after the initial sale, actually. Okay. And probably, Maxim is on the left side on the screen. In the middle, it's Dmitry. On the right side, Denison, Katerina is down, and Vedmak, Vladislav Halyaka is on the top right. Just so users figure out where is who.
Yes. Yep. And so just quickly with regards to Maxim, what does Maxim do on the founders team?
Maxim is currently actually working on the card game, the PvP part.
Very good.
Current assignment.
Excellent. I think that's we have a lot of questions with regards to when PvP, which we'll get around to those questions very, very shortly. But that's great to hear. Thank you, Maxim, for working on that. I know everybody's really looking forward to it, mate. So we're all getting pretty excited. And what about Katerina? What does Katerina do?
Katerina is our designer. She have actually been working also on the design of the PvP together with also Dmitry have been doing stuff for the PvP, right? The Katerina is the person I always bug for roadmap updates, for various designs. And maybe Katerina, you would like to take a word and tell a little bit about what you do and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, usually I create design sites for NBM, and last 2 weeks I create PvP design and make edits for roadmaps, and sometimes creates banners and another little tasks.
Cool. Okay, so a lot of it, I guess, would be UI interfaces, so user interfaces, so the interface that our community physically interacts with in terms of the game. That's pretty much your job, is to design the overall the design of that interface. Is that correct?
User interface site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the website. She also did the full design of our website, new design. We have new developer implemented it right now.
Cool.
So maybe in a month we will have a full website redesign. We already have it designed,
Yep.
but not implemented it as a developer.
Okay, all right, and I think that might be one of the topics that we're actually going to touch on in a little bit as well, which is the update for the game site, which is which I think the community will be really excited to see actually. Well, thank you, Maxim. Thank you, Katerina, for joining us. That's awesome. Guys, we might get straight stuck into the topics. So the first topic, we've got 3 general topics that we want to talk about just with regards to some statuses and updates. We've got staking mining, we've got the PvP card game, raids, the redesign of the game site, some scaling, and also some tokenomics. But we might just quickly start with topic number 1, which is the team scaling. Carlo, would you like to talk about the team scaling?
Of course. So we have scaled quite a lot since the last few days. We have onboarded 2-3 additional people. Actually, two developers and 1 designer. So on the development part, another Maxim is also joined the team. He haven't been yet presented on the webpage. It will come soon, hopefully. And also we have Alex Meki. Then we have also a great designer, Vitali.
Yeah.
That's the newest scaling up for the team.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay. And have you sort of reached your capacity for the team for what's required at the moment for the game to, I guess, develop to where you guys need it to be? Is there going to be any more additions to the team?
There is potentially in the long run, of course, a place for scaling, because pretty much as we grow, more tasks needs to be done in parallel manner, right? It's not anymore only one thing to be done at the same time and then possibly destroying Venmac from the start, how it was before. Now there is multiple tasks at the same time, so we definitely need multiple people on board to be able to deliver in a timely manner, right?
Of course. Yep. Definitely.
That's in short on this topic.
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to quickly adjust the overall volume here. Please let me know in the comments, guys, if you're having any issues hearing anybody. We can obviously get anyone here to turn up their individual volume as well. But I do have the main volume at max, so hopefully that's enough. But please let me know in the comments if there's any other issues. Okay, awesome. So that's the team scaling. We've got a status and an update on the staking and the mining.
So staking and mining part have been so far pretty much have shown quite good. We have implemented since the initial sale maintenance. We have also prepared level ups, modifications, and the fusing part have been corrected for this part. Also, a little bit of the user experience have been improved through various user interface modifications. Maybe Vlad, you would like to tell something more about it?
About well, we have 1 developer working on full redesign the current website. It will be like way modern and look more like a game website, not just like how we had it like a landing page. And separately, we have Max working on PvP. The main logic of the PvP is already done. So it's actually, you can already start the game, start the PvP game between 2 players, do the game stuff, do the battle, and battle end. But we're working with on additional functionality on cards will have additional how it's called the stamina, battle stamina. So each card will have additional stamina, how many times it can interact in the battle. So it will have to rest. This way we will have interaction with more cards. So if user have more cards, he can battle more during the day. And what else? Also we're adding new cards right now. We already added 1 card and 1 more coming tomorrow, but we will release them I think next or this week when we have 3 cards ready, as
Yeah.
we usually do it.
Yeah, lots in 3, right?
Lottery.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like our thing.
Yeah, and listen,
We
I
do
think it
the-
seems to work. I think it seems to work. You know, with the amount of cards that the community is constantly opening versus, you know, the timings in which certain trios, I guess you could call them, of cards hit their circulation limit, then you guys release the next set, which is pretty cool. So that seems to be working really well. Yeah.
Actually,
We
we
also-
will be pushing, excuse me for the interruption, we will be actually starting to push a little bit more in a more timely manner. So we have actually more cards before actually the previous ones reach the limits. So we don't have the situations where only 3 to 6 cards are possible to drop from the packs, right?
Right.
And
Okay.
also what we are seeing at the moment is that circulation of the assets from the promo packs is slowly going down. At some point we will be able, of course not planned yet, but at some point it will be possible to reintroduce promo cards to be able to mine them through the mining operations, right? Through the mining NFTs.
Yep. Sure. Okay. All right. Awesome. Anything else you'd like to finish on that with regards to the? Sorry, I'll just quickly go back. With regards to the staking mining or the PvP card game.
Regarding the PvP game, so we will have a slight delay because it's better to finish it properly. So I would like to apologize for being a little bit slower than we actually were initially hoping for and believing it will be manageable. So yeah, you will have to bear with us a little bit longer, but we will deliver better and better than you could expect. And this kind of way, I think everyone will be happy.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think you know, up until I think this is the first delay that you guys have actually encountered. So you know, I mean, from a community point of view and a community perspective, that's cool, guys. Do what you got to do. Get it out there as best as you can. You know, the community as it stands, as far as I can tell from my daily interactions with the community and with other mods and team members as well, is everyone's pretty happy at the moment. Everybody is asking when is it going to be available, but I think it's, you know, it is one of those things where, you know, again, like Vedmark was saying, is it's ready and you can play it, but it's not quite to the level and the standard that you guys want it to be, and that's perfectly fine. That's totally understandable, and I'm sure everybody else understands as well. Cool, excellent. The next on the list for status and updates is the Metaverse map, which I'm pretty intrigued about, actually. Can you go into the Metaverse map for me, Carlo?
So as we have so far in short term, even on the last AMA, shortly in 1-2 sentences presented what is approximately planned. It since we have Vitali now on the team as well, which he will work closely with Dmitry and me, and we will. I mean, I'm not from the designers part. I'm more of the technical side of it, in the meaning of visualization and what are the goals and connecting to the actual playability. And yeah, since it's gonna be started in the following days, I'm not sure exactly what's your opinion, Dmitry. What do you think? How long would it take to create it and have it finished for the map itself?
Oh, I think maybe 1-2 weeks.
Amazing. So let's say, not to rush anything, let's say by the end of the January we should have the Metaverse map already out. Hopefully.
Cool.
If you know, it's all about the quality. We
Yes,
make the best
exactly.
quality, so we need more time.
Yeah, and that's okay. Cool, awesome, very good. Anything else on that? So essentially the Metaverse map is pretty much almost ready to go. There's just a couple of little final touches to put onto it, and it should be ready to go.
It's not really ready to go, but
okay.
it will be done.
It'll be done hopefully by the end of January.
It during the January.
Cool.
Could be sooner, as Dmitry already said. It could take even maybe hopefully even 2 weeks only. but let's say so we don't raise the hopes too much,
Mhm.
so we don't encounter any more delays.
Yep, no, that's okay. I've
Kind of way for January it can be expected for sure.
Sure. I do have a question from Rapid Raging Gamer. He's got a lot of questions. Most of the AMA questions are actually from Rapid Raging Gamer, which we're all very fond of his loyalty and his eagerness to find out as much information as possible. So Rapid Raging Gamer has just put a question into the AMA, which I think is viable to ask now. It says, so what does the Metaverse map actually mean? Are we talking about the 3D Metaverse, or are we talking about a 2D map?
When we are talking about the metaverse, we are talking about the place where actually the models will be placed, since you know already that our models are 3D, so you can expect that actually map is kind of a 3D, right? Where actually the metaverse map is actually the presentation, the map where actually the game will be happening, the one, you know, the players' headquarters, the players' lands will be distributed. Pretty much we are imagining it as a, you know, space team, as a kind of like a solar system, right? It will not be the RF solar system. It's another solar system with a little bit more of planets and stuff like this, where actually current lands are. And then you can imagine active cards and constructions actually being traveling from the headquarters to the lands, doing their operations, potential conflicts between players, right? Raids and stuff like this. Then additionally, alliances are, you know, one of the key things planned. So therefore, you can imagine that it will be a lot of teaming ups and stuff like this. So yeah, I mean, let's leave more details on it. Let's first release the metaverse map, and then more things will be clear, and therefore we will introduce more details and more exact plans, how it will exactly work and when exactly we can expect certain parts of improvements on this part.
Cool. So I guess the metaverse map is more so it's the 3D world that everything will come together.
Kind of, yes. That's why it's called. That's why it's called a metaverse, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cool, excellent. There you go, Rapid. There you go. Alrighty, guys. The next one we have on the topic list for status and updates is rating. So PvP rating.
PvP rating we can expect in a little bit later stage. What do you think, Vlad? Do we expect this by the end of the January, or do we have it by the February or something like that?
Let's say February, March.
February, March. Okay.
April, March, yes. Something like that.
Okay.
Because first we need to release the metaverse, then see, fix all the bugs that will come out with it.
As you know, we have the metaverse planned like in the roadmap for the June, but actually there is a different order we want to do the things, right? First, we will release the metaverse map, and then we will start actually building already through the metaverse and have actually raids in the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
and so
of the metaverse.
Have you rearranged the sort of the releases of the different roadmap items specifically, just because obviously we've come to this point now, and then you've sort of I guess just decided that it would be easier to implement certain things in another in a different order. Is that why?
With the time you get a better feeling what should come in which order and so on, right? So for example, when the initial things were planned multiple months ago, right, we had a little bit different visions, and since you know that we have made the plans to actually make different and in more detail and better than initially we were even thinking of, right? So therefore, some modifications on the plans and stuff like this have come in place, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think in such a dynamic market as well, in a dynamic industry, it's really quite a smart idea to really leave your options open to be able to make those changes as well. You know, and I think I think it's definitely something that is it should be fluid anyway. It should definitely be a fluid thing. Excellent. Alrighty. So the last thing for status and updates is the game site redesign.
So yeah, we can thank to Katarina for making the redesign. Its design is ready, so it's pretty much about implementation and coding behind it. And as we brought new developers on the team, now this part will not have to be put on the side because of other priorities at the same time. So we can finally work parallelly on all the important tasks without having one person doing 5 things and then not possibly managing to to manage on everything at the same time.
Excellent, excellent. And so, do you have a timeline for the for the new game site update?
Vlad, what would be the
I'd
timeline?
say 2 3 weeks, maybe 4.
Cool, excellent.
All right.
Depends. It's like because it's a new developer that they just joined the team. So like we have our expectations about him, but as practice show in development, it's better to multiply your expectations by 2.
Oh, of course, yeah, definitely. So it's always a smart idea to leave yourself a bit of buffer room. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Alrighty, well, thanks for the status and updates, guys. The item number 3, Carlo, is the tokenomics.
Yes, the tokenomics, it's an important topic to talk about because some people were worried about the tokens actually, the value falling and stuff like this. I would like to say actually when you compare it to some other VAX projects, we haven't actually gone so much down as there is a reason for it. First of all, we have it interconnected with the with the shop, right? Where actually once the tokens dip too low, it's simply too much profitable not to use the opportunity to purchase the construction pack or to purchase multiple survival packs and stuff like this, right? So this is one kind of halt that doesn't let tokens sink. The second thing is the standard maintenance, and slowly fusing and leveling up is becoming more and more attractive due to simply prices being lower currently, right? So it
Quite
kind
a
of
lot lower.
feels cheaper to do it, yes.
Yep.
Also worth to mention that multiple token utilities will be coming down the road, especially down in the metaverse. But let's go step by step. First, the card game, where actually players will be able to play for tokens, right? Which will be very interesting through the tournaments and leagues down the road. But as I like to say, let's start with the first. Let's release the game itself, the card game, right? And then afterwards implement tournaments and leagues. And first of all, I believe that we will be able to gain a big traction of new user base that is actually focused and prefers active gameplay, not only mining staking type of games that we currently have, right?
Yep. Yep.
So
Excellent.
yeah, and down the road, like very often we hear the questions, what tokens, like, are you sure you have it planned and stuff like this. Look, guys, there is so many stuff that is coming down towards the metaverse, towards raiding and stuff like this. So many elements where tokens will be very much needed, right? So we are not worried. I can say for myself personally, 100% not worried on the tokenomics and on the tokens sinking and not coming back or something like that.
Okay.
That's what I can tell on this topic.
Cool. Excellent. All right. Well, I do know that there is a couple of questions I think that are coming up with regards to use cases and whether there's going to be further use cases implemented for resources. When we touch on those questions, you can elaborate if you want to. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much for the discussion of the topics there. I guess we'll just go straight into the questions from the community now, and then that way we can sort of get them out of the way. And then after that, we've actually got something pretty cool and special and unique, actually, which the founders would like to share with the community. So for the first question, I've just labeled it as general NBM community because everyone seems to be asking this for the past couple of weeks. and that is when PvP. Now, are you guys able to give us an exact date on PvP? I know I don't want to obviously hold you to anything, but do you have a rough estimate as to when PvP?
So when do we plan to release the alpha beta? Can we have estimates approximately or something? Maybe Vlad, Maxim.
Is there going to be a beta before the
alpha,
main release?
let's say alpha will be like in,
Okay.
Around from 7 to 15th January.
Cool. Excellent.
Alpha. Yeah, and then beta by the end of the January.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Fantastic. And are you guys going to have a bit of an alpha testing phase for specific community members to be able to participate?
I think we will release it on development side for starter, and everybody who in alpha testers will have access to it.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
Be able to test it.
Okay. All right. So if you've got investor role in the NBM
Not investor.
Alpha tester.
Alpha tester. Sure. Okay. All right. So if you've got the alpha, if you've got that role,
putting reaction on the post. It's a little bit old.
And so and that role is still open. I assume it's not closed. You can still react to that. Okay. So anyone in the community that's watching now, if you want to head over to the NBM Discord, there is there's a reaction that you've just got to click on, and you can be part of the alpha testing team, which is pretty cool. Alrighty. So feel free to do that.
Let them find it out by themselves, mate.
We want as many testers as possible. Alrighty, guys. So the next dozen or so questions is from Rapid Raging Gamer, who is one of our mods. And he likes to know as much information about this stuff. I mean, he comes up with a lot of questions, just in my every day-to-day communications with this guy that I would never even really think of. But he really has a look at a lot of different angles from a lot of the different projects that are around, and he's absolutely stuck on NBM, which is amazing for us because some of these questions are actually really, really, I didn't think of them myself, but I'm sure that everyone would actually be really quite interested to know the answers to these questions. So the first question from Rapid Raging Gamer is, what are you especially happy about looking back on everything so far? So Carlo, I guess I might ask you first. What are you especially the most happy about so far up to this point in time?
Actually, I will say that I am the most happy that for the moment when Vlad actually initiated the idea. Cool. Looking back in time, if I have to choose something, then this is one of the greatest moments that actually happened that is related to NBM. Right?
It's kind of like that light bulb moment, right? It's one of those sort of realization moments. You go, okay, I think we're onto something good here. I like those moments. Very good. Vlad, what about you? Are you is that sort of the same sort of thing for you?
For me, it was like more that it actually we made it working. Not just we started working, but just we made it working, and it actually worked out. Because from the very beginning, I was kind of a bit skeptical about the way we did it. Yeah, we didn't do it as most of the Wax projects using the smart contracts. We used it using the APIs.
Yep.
And through the time, all the APIs keep crashing, keep stop working. Some appear, some stop working, some sending us like false data. But over the time, we managed to make it overall stable. So like for the last week, we almost had no issues, no support requests and stuff like that. So that was my fuck's sake, at last it worked normally.
No, that's good. That's good, actually. Thanks for that. Because, I mean, I guess that this might be something that quite a lot of Wax blockchain projects would come across is connection issues. I mean, I find that one out of maybe a dozen transactions will fail. And I think it is something that comes up quite often. So for you guys to be able to find a stable solution for that is that's awesome. That's fantastic because the reliability of the platform is really where your reputation comes in, right? When people click a button and the transaction goes through and it gets approved, that's what you're after. And no connection issues. I think the RPC endpoint, being able to change that as well, guys, that for me personally, and I know for some other people that have been in the Discord having connection issues, to be able to change your RPC endpoint is fairly unique. I mean, I don't. There's a couple of other platforms that I'm on, and you can't do that. So to be able to do that,
Actually, we took it from Pharma as well. So.
oh, there you go, perfect. Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, you know, I mean, it is one of the things, right? And it's in your it's in the info on the website. You guys are taking the best parts of all the different projects and sort of just mushing them together, right? So good, very good, very good. Dennison, what about you with regards to the community, mate? What's your favorite thing that's happened so far? What's the standout thing for you? You're on mute at the moment.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
There's a lot of things to be happy. Looking back, things hasn't been going so well for us in this world in real life due to the pandemic, and stumbling on this NFT blockchain game. I met Vlad and Carlo, and I'm very fortunate that they decided to bring me into the team as well. So one thing that I would say that I'm happy that I've always wanted to be in a development team since I was little, doing games. So games are my passion.
Yep.
Unfortunately, during my time, you can't really earn on games. So, and well, we have a very supportive community as well. We've got good mods. We've got good streamers. Yeah, all in all, I'm happy to be part of the team.
Very good. Excellent.
I'm
Good to
looking
hear.
forward for 2022, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be an absolute rager. No pun intended. Rapid. Z-Manner, what's your favorite thing up until this point?
Влад, можешь перевести, пожалуйста?
Oh, you're on mute, Vedmark.
Что для тебя в проекте на данный момент самое такое интересное, прикольное, что тебе больше всего запомнилось, больше всего сыграло на тебе?
Oh, of course, it's car modeling. We're happy to have this
Opportunity.
Have this opportunity for making my ideas in 3D in the car game. It's best for me now.
Cool, excellent. So, with regards to the design, so I just want to just quickly ask Z-Man a question. With regards to the designs, are these designs that you had already planned, but you just hadn't had a use for them, or you hadn't had anywhere to apply those designs, or did you specifically come up with the designs together collectively as a founding team and decide, yeah, this is what the AI miner is going to look like, this is what the fighter jet's going to look like? Was that pre-planned, or did you guys come up with that together?
He's developing everything. All of these designs he made during the period of NBM.
Wow.
He's an amazing guy, yes.
Wow.
All of this was made by him while also doing other stuff and so on. Nothing out of it was from before.
Wow. Okay. All right. So nothing was pre-planned. Everything was sort of So I guess started promo period is really when it sort of started to take off and designing all of the cards. So yeah, no, that's amazing. And I guess it's going to be a constantly ongoing thing as well, right? Because I guess, is there any end in sight to the different active collections?
There is no end in sight, and that was not planned, because initially it was planned to have variety, right?
Yeah.
Because the active cards are the ones that will help the growth and have the most use cases down the road. Of course, currently they are also, you need the most active cards in the mining, but for the card game, you need active cards only, right?
Yeah.
For the PvP, for the raids later on, you will need active cards more than anything. Why not constructions? Because constructions are scarce now. Imagine what they will be when we multiply our user base, which is very, very small relatively.
Yep.
When you compare it to normal gaming industry, right? Because we currently still have something that is in particular interesting for the NFT space, right? It's staking, mining, and so on, right? but we still don't have the proper active gameplay out. With the active gameplay out, we'll be able to attract different kind of users, not only the traders, not only the speculators, but also the people who will find it fun and find it as a perk to be able to earn money, right?
Yep,
so
correct.
that's the one thing that will bring us much more user base than we can achieve with only the staking and mining part.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, no, that's awesome. Fantastic. Katerina, what's your favorite thing up until this point in time?
It's a hard question for me because I don't have game
Experience.
Experience.
Experience. And when I look at the model that Dima draws, I'm thinking it's amazing.
Yep. I agree. And so I guess
Thank you.
working hand in hand with Zmana as well are you learning things off of each other, or have you guys been working together for a while so you know what each other's skill set is? What's sort of the dynamic there?
For example, we work in PvP. Dima created UI elements and sent me another page I created to join these elements and do design pages.
Cool. Okay. All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys sort of have all the bases covered, which is what we're after, isn't it? Yeah. That's going to be the most efficient way of sort of getting out, because I can imagine, you know, with the designs as they are, and we've got the game site, we've got like all the visuals such as the roadmap, plus we've probably got quite a bit of marketing coming as well, I imagine. You know, it's a lot of bases to cover, and it's, you know, I've done a little bit of design myself, somewhat amateur, I guess, on the scale that you guys do it. But it is very time intensive, and it's also very, you know, it's very labor intensive as well. So, you know, I think for you guys to be able to cover all the different bases sort of means that it's going to be an efficient process. So that's good to hear. Very good to hear.
And good to hear that we have now Vitaly, which is also Dmitri's colleague from before. So
yeah, yep.
We have actually very good reference on him. Dmitry, would you like to share the details about Vitaly, the new onboarded?
Vitaly is my best friend, and he great in 3D modeling and animation too. So together we can make much better quality and make a faster album for game.
Cool. Okay, so I guess Vitaly is coming in to animate your 3D models. Is that right? Is that what he does? He's an animator?
Animator and 3D modeler.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So he does modeling as well. Awesome. All right.
So I think so. In the future, we can make animated cars.
Okay. Yep.
So it'd be cool.
Yep. Because I guess at the moment they are just they're static cards, obviously. 2D cards with a 3D image at the moment. So Vitaly will be able to animate those cards in the future.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. That sounds pretty cool. I can already hear the drooling coming from the community as we say that. Thanks, guys. All right, and Maxim, what's your favorite thing that has happened up to this point in time?
Maxim is very bad understand English. And need help of Vlad.
То же самое. Типа, что тебе больше всего как бы в проекте понравилось, запомнилось, отложилось, повелось?
Это повышение, конечно, своего скилла. В основном повышение скилла и изучение нового для себя. Вот это самое основное, то, что я взял.
He said that it's like mostly for him it's his skills increasing with the NBM, because a lot of stuff that we use in here is quite new for him, and other that he is involved in in crypto development. So he actually was working in crypto a bit before, but not in Wax space. So Wax space was quite new for him.
Cool. Okay. Excellent. All right. So yeah. So learning new skill sets, joining a team within Wax as well. So yeah, awesome. Very good. Very good. Well, we were happy to have you. Very, very happy to have you. Alrighty, guys.
Yes, we do.
So the next question is, what are you the most unhappy about? Now, I'm not going to go through everyone here. I might just ask Carlo, Vedmark, and Dennison, because I think you guys are probably probably the most involved with regards to the intricate workings of it, and also the community too. Which we've had some couple of difficult community members previously, but generally everyone seems to be pretty good. But Carlo, what are you most unhappy about up to this point in time?
Well, it's hard to say unhappy, but I would like to have stuff faster, even though it's not possible. You know how many times I feel like I would like to help on something and get even they sometimes have 24 hours, right? You can't make it to last 30 hours. Days go, time goes by, and there is always work. And I can tell you that this team is working like crazy. From the morning till the evening, so many simply no proper days off, simply impossible with NBM, the full focus, especially at this stage. But we know what we are putting our effort for, right? We know definitely what we want NBM to become, and we are doing our best to see it through.
Excellent. So that's not really something to be, that's actually something to be happy about, really, at the end of the day. Just a bit of a reword of the
I don't have anything else related
to be unhappy about
that I would not be happy with.
That's good. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Optimism. I love the optimism. Vedmark, is there anything that you're unhappy about up to this point in time?
I don't know. It's fucking cold. That's my main thing that I'm not happy about.
Are you not a fan of the cold?
No, fucking no. I hate it.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
Eternal summer.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. You should come to Australia. We have winter lasts about, where I am in Australia, winter lasts about 3 weeks, I'd say, and then it's warm again. So
yeah, my wife read about your insects, your animals there, and she doesn't like them. she think like, how do people live there? How they still survive?
Just lots and lots of bug spray. Lots and lots of bug spray. That's all. Yeah. Very good. Alrighty. Dennison, what are you most, is there anything that you're unhappy about?
Well, sometimes, some days, it's too hot where I am.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I'd like a bit of cold. I've got my air conditioning on 24 hours. Just joking. Well, nothing much on NBM. I too share the same feelings as Carlo. The team is working really hard, and certain times I wish that it could be faster.
Yeah.
On the part of Discord, though, one thing that I'm quite annoyed at is the incessant DMs from marketing bots. Something that we have not found a solution to yet. But for the most part, for the others, we've got it covered. We've got the base covered. But the DMs, we're still trying to find a solution to that.
Yeah, listen, and I guess it's that's something that's still really super prevalent within Discord, and even Telegram as well. It's the same thing. Is just bots, invite bots, bots trying to invite you to servers with scam links and all sorts of different things. And I guess that's something that is ongoing. I mean, for anyone that doesn't really realize how intense sometimes these bot attacks on the Discord server can be. At any one time, we might get 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 bots join within the space of about a half an hour. And I think you guys have been doing a really, really good job, Dennison, with the Discord team, with the moderators, to be able to clear the server of those bots. And, some of our bot hunters are working, hours upon hours to try and get them out, because the quicker they get them out, the less likely they are to send DMs to our community members, and the less likely our community members, whether they've been awake for 48 hours doing their own thing, they might see a link and they might click on it, and we all know what happens after you click some suspicious links. So I think it's we have to say thank you from the community first of all, Dennison, for taking care of that, because you really are looking out for everyone. And thanks also to the bot hunters as well in the NBM Discord.
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, we have our mods to thank for as well, and that's one of our main responsibilities. In that everyone that's on our server, we have a responsibility to protect them from all these scams that's going around.
That's it.
So for the record, I spent a good part of one day, I think 3 or 4 weeks before, when we were hit by 10,000 bots.
Yep. Was that Burger King? Was that around Burger? Was that the Burger King?
That was ETH marketing.
Oh, that was ETH marketing. Yeah. Okay.
So we got a few mods and myself.
I got a DM from them.
10,000. Amazing. Banning them the whole day, man.
Yeah. No, definitely. No, you guys have done a really, really good job with that anyway. So, yeah, fantastic. Well done. Alrighty, we'll go on to the next question. This is not directed at anyone. Anyone can choose to answer any of these questions. So are there plans to tie the active gameplay directly to incentives to reward the active and real player base? So I guess, Carlo, you touched on that earlier with regards to, this isn't just going to be a staking and mining game. There's actually going to be an active gameplay element. I guess the question's asking is, are active players going to be rewarded more than the inactive players?
Active gameplay is going to be rewarded a little bit more, yes, because first of all, through the active through the PvP already through the card game, you can actually earn more than actually by simply staking, right? But you need only active cards, right?
Correct.
So if you have constructions and lands, they will not help you in PvP, right?
Correct.
So what is the point is you will still do the mining part. So everything is incorporated, so working in parallel, right? So game will have actually more aspects to it, not only one like it is currently, right?
Yep.
And this is only this stage for the PvP, and then once the metaverse comes and actually the lands and everything having different usages and so on, additional stuff happening, it will all come to the actually active gameplay being more profitable. As for example, we were having multiple questions from the community so far regarding some people being worried, okay, what if I don't wanna bother myself with the raids, with the with fights with other players and stuff like this, like will I be able to mine like so no one bothers me? Yes, there will be safe zones where actually the production will not be as effective as the risky zones where actually the attacks will be possible and so on. So therefore, it will be possible, yes, it will be profitable, but active gameplay will actually prevail, right?
Cool. Excellent. And I guess that is one of the questions that's coming up is, will I be able to prevent raiding if I dislike PvP? So is there an opt-out for PvP if there are players that don't have...
I already answered the question.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
there will
cool.
be safe zones where actually
there will be safe zones
to avoid attacks, but as you can imagine, it will be less profitable.
Yeah.
Less profitable.
So I imagine I can sort of picture, I guess, a certain zone on the Metaverse map that is highlighted, I guess, and that will be the safe zone. But any lands that are put onto that area might have a lower resource income, I guess, from mining.
Approximately, but
something like
the
that.
details we will not reveal yet.
Yeah, okay.
Let's first reveal the Metaverse map in January, and then after that we will start talking in more detail, and it will be easier to picture what exactly is coming and how it will look.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. No, that's fantastic. Thanks for that. So can you tell us more about tournaments and planned prices or prizes? Not sure what that is, but yeah.
Probably asking for the prices for the tournaments, and we have in plan tournaments and leagues. Of course, the tournaments are the first case, and tournaments you can imagine as simply tournaments that are running. Let's say today we have 2-3 tournaments, different hours, right? While leagues, you can imagine as since we will have a rating system, right? So you will have different ratings, and players will be able to play seasonal leagues. Well, let's imagine it as a 10 players league, where actually each player plays what we are talking now on the card game, right? And each player will play with each of the opponents in the league. You know, the better ones on the standings, after all, will be proceeding to the higher leagues being better rewarded than lower leagues and stuff like this. On the tournament, like you said, tournaments are going to be various tournaments where actually some better rewarded, some less rewarded, some with a higher requirement, some with a specific requirements, some open ones where anyone can participate, and so on and so on.
Cool. Excellent.
That's in short about this topic.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. No, that sounds great. I'm sure you guys will have a lot more information on that when it's available. So the next question is: will higher ratings in rated battles result in more resources? Is that planned to incentivize getting higher rank? I guess you were talking just then about the rating system.
There is actually the rating system actually presented at the leaderboards and how it will work regarding the rewarding top 100 on the rating leaderboards will be firstly rewarded with the resources, right? That's already in the roadmap for quite some time.
Yep.
It's also specified how it will work. So also, you have to imagine that the higher rated players will also have a little bit of advantage for the leagues, for the starting position at least. And so, yeah, logically, if you have higher rating, it means that you're winning more than losing, right? And I could imagine then higher rated players being also very much interested into participating in the betting battles, where they can actually multiply their resources and compete and try to earn with their skills and with their decks.
Cool.
Right.
And so what is going to determine, sorry, my question with regards to that's just popped into my head. When the rating system is introduced, is there going to be some sort of a backdate to existing players with regards to, X amount of resources mined so far that will get you, your level now is level, let's just throwing numbers out there, is level 20. And that's where they'll start. Will everybody start from zero and start working their way up once that sort of system is implemented with regards to the ratings?
Oh, you mean the leveling system?
Yeah, the leveling system. Yeah,
the leveling system for overall NBM, or you talk in particular for the rates, or in particular?
Oh, so are they different? Are they? So there's different leveling systems for the different aspects.
I would like to say that there are some ideas for the metaverse where actually kind of leveling up from even one idea that is running through our minds is about the leveling up of the H quarters, right? So you can get advantages, different ones where you actually also utilize the resources additionally. Not talking about the additional thing that we already mentioned, where actually you have the safe zones, right, for the people that want to avoid fighting and stuff like this, right? But these people might change their mind. They might want to, transfer, from to the different zones and stuff like this. So simply, there is also additional token utilities coming this way. Then also, since we talk so much about the H quarters, right? So you could imagine this also potentially being an NFT that could be utilized later on. But let's talk about it in a later stage, right?
Cool. Okay. All right. Just a little sneak peek there, guys. Headquarters are going to be assets. All right. Cool. Excellent. Alrighty, so the next question is: most cards already have 3D models. So I guess this is more directed towards Z-Mana. Most cards already have 3D models. So how confident are you to hold the schedule on the 3D part? I guess in terms of the metaverse and implementing all the different assets into the metaverse. Sorry, since the rest of the question is: since you delivered, I have almost no doubt and wouldn't mind a delay, but he likes to ask the question anyway.
So now we're making card in 3D. I think in the future it can be useful for us. It comes to 3D game. So the first of all, the second thing, I like making 3D model, and this is the best I can make for game.
Yep. Cool. Excellent. And so I guess so you're fairly confident in terms of the schedule for the release of the 3D part of the game as well. And I think Carlo, we were talking about that earlier. That's sort of, sometime towards the end of January, was it?
The 3D game, no. For the January, no. 3D game was actually planned later on in the later stages. You can see that our Metaverse is planned soon on the roadmap, right? But what we were talking about is actually that, aspects from it could be actually visible even earlier than June. That's the point, since we're gonna wait and do the Metaverse map first. So you're gonna already have some of the elements ready for this part, right?
Cool. Okay, excellent. Well, we all sound, based on the existing 3D models that Z-Man has been putting out, I think you're all fairly confident in their ability to execute and do what you guys want them to do. So
the one thing is for sure, we have very competent people, and what we will do in case we start being slower or something on any side or field, we will simply bring more people and we will make it done. We will make it done this or the other way.
Cool.
We will skyrocket NBM, that's for sure.
Excellent. Very good. Pull in the resources and the manpower when and if it's required. Excellent. So the next question is, I guess this has already been answered. So it says, besides the 3D modeling, is there a team member who is experienced in 3D game environment and developing? So that's specifically your expertise, Z-Mana, is the 3D modeling and also the environment and developing?
Oh no, 3D modeling is my hobby. And experience in 3D game have Vitaly.
Okay.
My friend who worked with me.
Yep. Cool, excellent. Okay, so Vitaly is he's got the 3D game developing experience. Okay, good to hear.
Yeah, much better than me.
Different skill set, I guess. Different skill set. Both very, very good at what you do.
Skill.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. So the next question is, when will the roadmap become the white paper?
That's a good question. I would like to say
it's actually already way more than white paper. So
it's a dictionary as far as I'm concerned. It's an encyclopedia.
It's a book already.
It's a book. It certainly is. Yeah. And any plans though to, I guess, to make the most of the question, and any plans to relabel it as white paper?
Let's say we relabel it once we deliver the stuff that were initially planned. Let's say the initial roadmap was for the release of Metaverse, and let's say once we release the Metaverse and once we describe all those things inside, let's call it then white paper. If the team wants different, I agree with them. That's just my idea.
We could even not call it white paper and call it the battle book or something. Something on a little bit on topic for NFT Battle Miners would be pretty cool.
NBM
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. So the next thing is, and I think you might have touched on this already, Carlo, with regards to sort of the raiding and active players, but will raiding benefit active players more so than inactive players?
Definitely, because raiding will be actually, who will be good with raiding, right? He will be getting more profit, right? From other players, because he will raid them and stuff like this, right?
Yep.
Of course, it will be riskier because you can be weaker and lose more, of course.
Definitely.
But that's the kind of the part of the game, right?
Yep.
If you want to safe play, you can go safe play, right? We will have the safe zones and stuff, so no issue.
And so I guess just a question for me that's popped to mind: are you able to allocate certain operations to the safe zone while also keeping, some operations and mining operations available to do raiding or be raided? Is that something that you can do?
Idea is to have actually ability to choose these kind of things. Of course, I will not say now that everything will be from the start possible. Like those are multiple utilities that will be coming down the road, right?
Yep.
Once we release the metaverse, it's not job done, right? We can always build on top of it, add additional stuff, because we are actually in the creative kind of project, right? And we are making it the way that creation can continue and continue and continue, right?
Correct. Yep.
As
definitely.
long as there is community interested in what we are doing and supporting us, we'll be more than happy to continue and build on top until we reach the levels of some regular standard games that are not blockchain games, right?
Yep.
When you look at the games that have multiple millions of players, and when you compare our game that have few thousands of active players at the current point, right? Also, I would like to mention that it seems like we bottomed out regarding the base for already 1 month. Since the initial sale, we were slowly, falling and stuff like this regarding the user base. That's natural because people buy, and
there's
then
the hype, and then there's the taper off. Correct. Yep.
Getting out, and we have bottomed out approximately a month ago.
Yep.
So
I agree with
climbing
that.
up, and how it looks, actually soon we might be back at the levels of the initial sale.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
That's good to hear, actually. I definitely noticed the flaw myself personally. I definitely saw the flaw, and I saw quite a lot of opportunities to buy the flaw as well. So I totally agree with you on that one.
Also, I would like to mention that not only this, but like I already mentioned, we have just few thousand of people, right, currently playing. Imagine, so we're not talking about 1 million people and then telling, look, we need to double up this number, right? It's not easy from 1 million to 2 million, but when we are talking about few thousands, right? In the Play Store, on the mobile gaming, there are, I will not say stupid, but the most basic games that have tens of thousands of users, right? I don't see why we wouldn't be able, even if we would deliver disaster of a product, we wouldn't be able to come to 10,000 or more users, right?
Definitely.
And with our skills and what we are planning to do and how we plan to deliver it, I can see this grow very big. And also at some point it will come to the assimilation of the users that are not familiar with the VAX space, which are not familiar with the blockchain. But you have to also keep in mind that we are not the only ones who will be working on this part. And you have to imagine that more and more people actually will be getting familiar with blockchain gaming, right? Because that's new and emerging thing, right? Imagine this in 2-3 years and compare simply the numbers of the gamers that are familiar with the blockchain gaming at this stage, and let's say in 3 years from now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think there's there's definitely a lot of space and a lot of room to grow, especially when you're looking at games. Previously, the amount of money that people would actually spend on games with no return except entertainment. I think the prospect of being able to invest money where you know that you're going to be able to actually earn some, all, or even profit off of that money that you invest, it's a no-brainer for me personally anyway, and I think it's a no-brainer for everybody that's here as well. That's why we're all here. So definitely. Okay, guys. Next question is, will I lose a huge amount if I'm being raided? I guess another way to reword that would be: are there different conditions in which you can lose more or less when it comes to rating, or is there just going to be a set amount based on who wins and who loses?
Those details are still not fixed and completed in a way that we are sure that this will be this way. So we would like to leave it, at least in my opinion, let's leave those very specific questions for a little bit later stage when we will have everything defined, and not only defined but also cross-checked and at the point we are completely sure, look, this is gonna work and this is how it's gonna be. At this point, I would like to talk in this kind of details.
Sure.
But at this stage, I would like to leave them for later.
No worries. No, that's understandable. Okay, so the next one is, and this might be something that we might touch on towards the end after the questions here. Will there be merchandise in the shop at some point?
So what is coming is I would like to leave this one for the end of the stream with something we would like to show, right?
Yes, correct. Yes, I've got something here. Yep, definitely. Okay.
And I would like to use this opportunity so that we don't interrupt during the
questions.
video.
Yep.
I would like to thank as well to Sparks. I think he is with us today as well.
He is. Sparks is in he's in the chat. Yep.
He is working also with us on this aspect as well regarding the merch, and we have something planned, something very cool that is coming in January. And I would also like to say, I'm not sure if he knows, but the idea for the first thing that is coming out actually came some time ago from Rapid Raging Gamer, by the way. So yeah, I'm not sure if he will remember what it was, but
he'll probably remember. He'll probably remember. I think there's about to be a spoiler in the chat very shortly. But no, that's good. Yes, yeah, but we'll touch on that video once we're done with the questions here. Okay, so that's good. Good to know there will be merch in the shop at some point, which is great. The next question is actually for Katerina. Katerina, will you ever say hello in the Discord? We've got a lot of community members that want to say hello to you.
In future time, I type in. I apologize for being a very active, not a very active user of.
That's okay.
NBM it's the Discord.
That's okay. I'm sure everybody understands. But it's a question nevertheless that someone's asked. So that's good to know. Good to know that you will say hello eventually.
I type in congratulations in New Year.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. Well, I'm sure everybody looks forward to having a bit of a chat in the future with you, Katerina. Okay. So the next is the last question from Rapid Raging Gamer. And I guess this is more directed towards Vedmark. Rapid Raging Gamer has asked, will I ever not pull 90% commons? I just have to say, as a witness, he pulls a hell of a lot of commons. A hell of a lot more commons than I do.
That's his destiny.
He should probably just open more packs to lower that percentage.
He just makes other people happy in the project. So the more commons he pulls, the more other players are happy, you know?
The more rarities everybody else pulls. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's taken one for the NBM community. Yeah. Rapid, you've got your question. You've got your answer there.
Should thank him.
Yeah. Everybody thank Rapid next time you get to have a chat to him. He's pulling all of your comments. Alrighty, so the next question is from Rizla and Telmata and Lexus. They have all asked the same question. When do you guys plan on releasing the electric rope shovel? I guess similar question is, when will the next set of active cards be released? Do you guys have a date for that at all?
We have actually answered to this question already earlier in the early interview.
Okay.
So
right.
the point is that the shovel, and we have already the mine ready for. That's the first card from the War album.
Mm-hmm.
And once the third card, actually the next card from the War album comes out, we will release it in a batch of 3, like we usually do.
Cool, excellent. Do you have an ETA for that at all?
Maybe we can next week. Early next week.
Early next week. Oh, fantastic, excellent. Alrighty, so kick off the new year with a bang.
It's not just releasing 3 cards. It's releasing the War pack.
Yeah.
Because we don't have it yet released, so it's a bit more work. This bunch of cards.
Cool. Okay. All right, but it's coming soon. Which is I know everybody will be happy with that answer. Very good. The next question is from the Green Machino. So the Green Machino says, will land cards be capped at some point? I've heard that eventually something like the Alien Worlds land grid will come into play that will allow us to rent and share land, but I don't see how this could work with unlimited lands. Is there going to be a land cap, guys, per player?
We didn't plan the land cap at this stage. We are more focused on the actually controlling the circulation of the lands, right? Like we said, that lands are kind of a crucial thing in NBM, right? So you cannot really limit it and say, okay, there is 10,000 lands, because you can be sure that there will not be more than 10,000 players then ever, right?
Yep.
In the game. And of course, in some stage when we come to the big numbers, but we are not, because the lands are coming in very controlled manner out, right? From the initial thing, when you compare that lands are in the shop, and when we look at the numbers, it's not a huge influx of new lands daily. It's more of the simply user base figuring out that improving certain cards. They are still not seeing the leveling up sometimes attractive in the later stage, in the latest, let's say, week or two, since the prices have went down, it have become more and more attractive, right?
Yep.
And that's
correct.
also one of the reasons why you can not expect that tokens will sink uncontrollably whatever happens. Like, yes, in dollar comparison, yes, because we are still on VAX, right? So we are depending on VAX. If VAX goes down in dollar value, NBM tokens will go
NFTs will-
down
yep.
in USD value.
Correct.
Of course, that's because the project and tokenomics are in so early stage. In the future, when we will be able to have much more things outside and out there already delivered, then we will slowly be able to kind of get a little bit of difference from the VAX movement dollar value, right, in comparison to our tokens. But at the current stage, we are very dependable on the movement of the VAX, right?
Yep, definitely. And I guess that's that's not a unique thing. That is definitely something that's across the entire board of all of Wax Games. Really, is we're currently in a little bit of a slump, but based off of what you're saying later on, the ultimate goal is to essentially have a decoupling from the value of NBM resources and what it's currently coupled to at the moment, which is Wax.
Ideal,
yeah.
How the tokenomics grow, how they become older, and the the use cases for them and stuff like this. Once it will not be so young as it is now, then we will be able to think about it a little bit deeper and see the results towards it. But at the current stage, it's too early for it.
Yeah, cool. Okay, excellent. Alrighty, no, that's great. Thank you for answering that. So Goodman Brown has the next question. Is there a time frame for the release of the meaning or the uses of the small icons at the bottom middle of some of the cards? So I think I know exactly what he's talking about. There's little icons on some of the cards that are in the very middle, but sort of the lower half of the card. Are they going to be implemented in terms of? Are they going to have to be grouped together? Is there going to be advantages of having certain sets with matching icons to receive certain boosts or something?
Would you like to talk about this one?
Can you repeat? Because I missed part of your word.
Okay, so so on some of the active cards, and I believe it's on some of the land cards as well, there is a little icon that's in the middle lower center of the card.
Yes, it's a collection icon.
Okay.
So we have right now we have every card is connected to some collection, and collection connected to some album. So albums has collections has cards.
Yep.
And in the future, we're planning there will be some logic that makes it beneficial to have some cards from one collection.
Okay.
So yeah, like one of the planning logic will be like if you have a mining operation with all the cards from say mining from ground collection mining, then it will have some additional boost in mining. Same will be with PvP. So if you have the whole your battle deck from one specific war collection, then it will have some additional boost in fighting.
Cool. Okay, all right, yeah. So there's definitely some. So there is a use for those for the collection icons, like you say,
Yes,
planned for
but
further down the track.
this use will be added and will be activated later on when we have a bigger range of collections and cars.
Cool, excellent. All righty, well, thank you for answering that, Vidmark. Okay, so the next question here is from Alan89. Alan says, do you believe we should go back to the max OP player model in the future? Is this something that you guys are thinking about?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
What is max OP?
The limiting the number of operations that one player can have. We talked already multiple times about it, and this is not the option because we would incentivize multi-accounting, and we are more focused about the providing the game where multi-accounting and botting actually doesn't give any advantage.
Right? Yep.
And yes, we are not worried about players running more operations, because I'm telling you the same thing. They would run it anyways. Just they would run it from 2 accounts, right?
Yeah.
Or 3 accounts, or with a time.
Yeah, it will only add more inconveniences to people who has more willing to join, more into NBM.
Mm-hmm.
So why should we make their willing to make it inconvenient for them?
Yeah.
Compared to those who can't or don't want to join, with more operations, because we have users who have 200 operations, and if you limit it to say 10 per user, then they will have 20. Sure, they will have 20 accounts with 10 operations on each, but it will be like a hell for them to play NBM, and I'm sure most of these people will just quit because it will be a hell.
Yeah. In terms of the management side of having to manage, like you say, 20 accounts, I can definitely see that would be an absolute pain in the butt. I have to manage my one account. Just to let you know, I set up 70 operations today. It took me 2.5 hours. So, if anyone's out there going, multiing's easy, not really. When you're having to manage multiple accounts and keep, your organization and keep everything, you know what's going on across all of these different operations across multiple different accounts. It's not an easy task, and it's definitely not something that we want, I guess, our community to have to be forced to do. No limiting on max operations per player. Very good.
And
okay.
Also, worth to mention what is actually visible in some other games, right? So if you try to prevent multi-accounting, okay, there are measures you can track, you can, ban people. What will happen is that you cannot 100% track everyone, right? There are always ways that people will find a way to have a multi-account that we will not find out so quick or stuff like that and use it, right? Then what happens is someone finds out and realizes, look, he's able to do it. Why wouldn't I? Because I'm in disadvantage at the moment, right? He's running two accounts, let's say, and I know it's wrong, but I have to try as well, right?
Yep.
Then what will happen? We will have maybe some half-honest players that are completely normal because of the system that we designed. At the end, we will have to ban them or have them turn off our game and stuff like this. Simply, this is not the way we want to take. This is not the path we want to take, because you're simply fighting something that you cannot beat, because multi-accounting, you cannot really beat it and have a happy victory over it.
Yeah. And I guess a way to reword that is you can't really beat multi-accounting. You sort of just have to make it difficult, really, don't you? Or you've got to make it pointless almost. That to not really have that advantage that multi-accounting gives in a lot of other platforms. If you try multi on NBM, it's just going to basically equal more work, and it's going to you're going to end up with the exact same result, but you're going to be pulling your hair out. So very good.
Even worse result, because especially if you're a smaller, if you're a medium player still, if you're a bigger player, because imagine how much work it will be. For example, you mine a new card, a very good one, right? So you upgrade and you figure out that this card once upgraded, you would need to change into 3 operations to maximize everything, right?
Yep.
You would need to send between those accounts, so you wouldn't be able to do it theoretically, right? Because again, multi-accounting would be punishable, right? In that case, so it simply doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Multi-accounting at the moment is really extra work.
That's right. Oh, it's totally extra work, and it's definitely not something that you can stop. It's out there, and there are lots of multi-accounters anyway. You just have to, like I said, you just have to make it difficult or not have any more advantage than just having one account. So no, that totally makes sense. Alrighty, so the next question is from Tony Dec. Tony says, what does this project have more of to make it special compared to competitors? I guess another way to rephrase it is, what makes NBM unique compared to other blockchain games?
Who would like to start? Should I again? So
is this just a
how I
really
see-
big question?
I think it's idea and design.
Ideas and designs. Yep, excellent. I
Yes,
agree.
we have really. I believe that community said that multiple times, and you can be sure that we all agree that NBM really have a design that I think no other game can compare with on the VAX.
I completely agree. Yep.
I don't want to be, mean to other projects or something. I just really, how I see the work of the Dmitry is really something of the higher level. And like we said already, with more manpower and stuff like this, we'll be able to deliver faster, and hopefully with animations and stuff like this. And as already mentioned, none of it was previously made. All of this Dmitry was making during this period of time. And you can imagine it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Oh, I no doubt whatsoever. Personally, I think one of the proud things that I can say that I'm proud I'm a part of this community is one of the big things is definitely the artwork. If I was someone that wasn't involved in Wax, and I was looking for a game to get involved in, I'm more likely personally to spend my money and to get involved in a game that has the level of artworks and platforms and designs, rather than just throwing out some random cartoon animals, for example. For someone that's not involved in blockchain, I would not be attracted to cartoon animals whatsoever, regardless of whether there was a certain amount of money to be made. There's actually more attraction with regards to things that look visually appeasing, right? So yeah, I totally agree. For me, definitely a standout thing would be the artwork. Is there, Vedmark, is that something as well for you? Is there anything else that stands out for you as to what makes NBM unique?
Well, it's the technologies that we use. All the other Wax projects are using smart contracts, and they doesn't care about how much users use their CPU and how much RAM they use. So we made it all in mind of minimizing the RAM and CPU usage for our players. So they don't need to pull in so much spend wax on CPU, and concentrate more on the game itself, more on the aspects of the game. And what else? Well, the idea, it will be done when we release it. Yeah, the combination of the mining and PvP in one Wax game.
Yep. So multiple different aspects of different styles of gameplay put together into the one game.
Yeah.
Definitely, I agree.
Not only this, but when you compare with the current games on Vax, right? What we are aiming to deliver, currently there is no such a game on the market, right? There is no such a game on Vax blockchain. No, not to this extension. There are card games, right? There are mining games. Some projects are promising different stuff, but let's see how it comes and who will be the fastest. We haven't been the earliest, far from that, but we are maybe going to be the first ones delivering this kind of a game, or we're going to be in the very few fastest ones. So yeah, that's going to definitely propel us to the higher levels in the space. Firstly, to the top of the VAX, hopefully.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it's you know, the various, I mean, you know, I could rattle off a dozen things right now, which I know from the roadmap and also doing the last AMA as well, where you guys have done some things that are actually really super unique. You guys have come up with certain certain logic where, you know, for RNG, for example, where you're not using, you know, the same RNG as what a lot of the other projects are using. You actually created your own method of RNG using the transactions on the blockchain, which I think is super unique, and it's definitely setting a new bar and a new standard because it's provable to be random, which is awesome. But also, you know, like Vedmark was saying, with the off-chain wallet, the in-game wallet, where we're not actually contributing to the congestion of the Wax blockchain. I think only just last week I was talking to Dennison, where my CPU was constantly over 100%, and I couldn't do anything for upwards of about 10 to 15 minutes, and this is multiple times throughout the day. But that was because of other projects on the Wax blockchain, which are very, very transaction heavy with a huge player base, basically clogging up the network. And I think, you know, to be conscious that it's not just our game that we've got to be conscious of, it's also the blockchain too, right? So if more projects were a little bit more conscious about how heavy their transactions are for their own projects, it benefits everyone, right? It benefits everyone, and it also, you know, increases the longevity and the usage of the blockchain too in the future. Because at the moment we've got X amount of you know, Wax blockchain users doing transactions and all sorts of things at the moment. I want to see I want to see a Wax blockchain around in the next 10 years. And for that to happen, it's going to have exponential growth, and we're going to have even more transactions. So further down the road, you know, setting these standards now is definitely a game changer, and I think it's definitely much needed to lead by example, right? So anyway, that was my little bit. The next question here is from X Bandit. And X Bandit asks, what will be the biggest danger to you in the progress of the project? That's a good question. So, what do you guys see as potential roadblocks further down the line?
I'd say hackers.
Hacking. Yep.
There's still there's always you know,
there's always the threat. Yep.
A threat to be hacked.
Yep.
So, and we are on crypto, and it's all over the crypto world that every day we see how big projects get, you know, hacked, and some big accounts like $300 million just vanish into nothing.
Yeah, that's
So,
it.
yeah, that's and you never know like what can be hacked. Yeah, it can be onshore, it can be like Discord, it can be something trivial. Yeah, like we can do a Zoom meeting and somebody hacking through Zoom meeting.
Yep.
You never know.
Yep, definitely. And so, is there, I guess, a question from my side of things with regards to that, Vedmark? Are there certain procedures, or even what's the word? Are there certain procedures that you implement that would enable, you know, better security? Have you guys had your code audited? Do you audit your code yourself? Are you constantly looking for loopholes?
It's more not the code. It's more like the tools.
Right. Okay.
So
yep.
we have no other options just to use those tools. And there were some reports that like somebody had this onshore account, and we have to use it because we have no other way to, you know, to use our main account to mint new cards and stuff like that.
Yep.
So we try. Yeah, we have like some standards. Yeah, we don't share any keys anywhere. We like make it as secure as possible, but there is always a threat, and you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. definitely. I guess you've just got to be as best prepared as possible, really, at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yep. Cool.
So this is one thing, and other thing is like crypto. It's still in moreover like stabilization stage.
Still in its infancy. Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
and you never know how it will go tomorrow. So
Mhm.
we all saw the situations when in one day it's just plus 50%, and then other days minus 50%. So you never know.
That's it, exactly. Yep. Okay, alrighty. Carlo, is there? Sorry, Vedmike, if you haven't finished.
And to minimize this kind of risks.
Yep.
We are trying to separate our funds into different, firstly, different type of coins. Secondly, we have a majority of our funds in USDT and on bank accounts. So this way, even if the whole crypto world crash, we're still not that affected. Not we won't close one day. Just say because we lost everything. We are trying to minimize any risks from this kind of scenario as well.
Yeah, very good. So you're holding a large portion, I guess, of the project funds in USDT. So you're holding it in USD value anyway. So regardless of the movements of the market, you've still got that USD value, which is great to hear, actually. Yeah, definitely. Carlo, same question. What is the biggest danger that you see in the progress of the project?
I actually don't see any bigger dangers than already Vedma have presented.
Cool.
You're really at the top 3.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Alrighty, guys. Next question, and there's only another 3. Epic Space Miner has asked, do you guys have any cross-chain plans at all in the future?
Yeah, we're planning to move into Ethereum chain.
Cool.
It's
okay.
one of our plans.
Yep.
Currently I'm researching how it all works to be able to, and then to be able to merge it into one space of the project. So it will be a kind of transition. But right now we don't have more information on this matter, but we are moving into this multi-crypto space.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. And I think, it's with an evolving space, having plans further down the road to have cross-chain features, I think is it makes sense. It's smart. And I guess being Ethereum would also include the Binance Smart Chain BSC as well, which is really cool. That's a massively evolving and rapidly changing space as well at the moment. Even more so than Wax, as far as I can tell, which is really cool. Okay, cool. So that's a yes. You beauty. Next question is from Isla Wedder, and Isla says, will there be any more sale rounds in the future? So I'm assuming packs, so, construction packs, land packs, dominator packs, things like that. Are there any future plans at all to sell any more of those?
We still didn't even sell the leftovers from the initial sale that we said that we will.
Yeah.
Because we prefer to keep track and look at the situation on the market, right? We want to grow the user base and stuff like this, and decide on the when and what. And as expected, right? Once we are happy with those crucial things that we are monitoring, then we will sell the rest of the stuff from initial sale, and then again continuous monitoring of the parameters. And once the user base grows and so on, then the new stuff will be coming out and new sales will be happening. But that's nothing in close proximity, right? That all depends, first of all, on the factors that we grow the user base, that we deliver the product, and so on and so on.
Yeah, I guess, one of the things you guys have always said from the start is you are very careful with the amount of assets that you release into the market, right? So whether that be, mined assets through the NFT mining, whether that be through the in-game shop as well, and spending resources, And also to the pack sales, one thing you guys definitely don't want to do is you don't want to oversupply the market. When there's an oversupply and there's less demand, that's where prices really start to get nasty. And so I think the amount of packs that you guys have actually done in the initial sale was perfect. We even saw that, there were flippers that were selling for less than the actual sale price of the pack. They were losing money, which was a fantastic thing for me and some other community members. We definitely took advantage of that. But I think it's the oversupply that needs to be careful of. I guess you don't want to oversupply the market. So good to hear that you're thinking about potentially releasing those extra packs though later on down the road when the community does grow a little bit more again and the market picks up. So that makes sense to me. The last question is from me, and it was with regards to something that happened today. And my question is, are you able to reveal any hints or clues for the new Xmas NFT that was given out today?
So that was a great surprise planned for today, and thank you, first of all, Dmitry, for designing it. Second of all, thank you, Vlad, for making it happen before the AMA. So regarding it, in the later stage in January, there will be blending recipe for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to disclose yet what exactly in detail, but yeah, let's keep it as a kind of a mystery until the point when the blending recipe will come out and we will announce it.
Awesome. Okay.
But first of all, we want to wish to everyone happy holidays, right? Happy New Year,
Yep.
and thank to everyone who was hanging out with us, because it's for the NBM. It's we pretty much came out by late July, 1st of August, right?
Yep.
And we are approaching to the 5th month of the NBM kind of, and also it's already 6 months for the company overall. So yeah, we are kind of halfway to the first year, and we have huge plans until this first year is hit.
Yeah, and I think just on behalf of all the community, anyway, guys, from where you started with promo period, with the initial release of the stickers to where you are now, which is an established community, established assets, which have actually really, really held their value throughout the entire wax space compared to a lot of other projects. You guys have done a really good job in allowing these assets to hold their value for a lot of this community. So well done, guys. On behalf of the community, you guys have done an awesome job for the first 6 months. And I think the next 6 months are going to absolutely be mind-blowing. 2022 is going to be crazy as far as I'm concerned with regards to just the general crypto market anyway. As much as the world is in a little bit of despair at the moment with the pandemic and everything going on, you guys are really still pushing through and you guys are still delivering. And, you guys are giving a lot of people in the community a lot of hope as well, which is great. That's one thing that I think we all need at the moment, which is, we all need a little bit of a pick-me-up. And I love jumping on, playing my NBM games and playing my, jumping on Discord and interacting with the community is, some of the best part of my day personally. So, and I know that quite a lot of other community members will agree with me on that as well. So thank you for building what you have. You've done a great job. Keep at it. Fantastic. Alrighty, guys. So we're going to finish off with a little surprise. So I have a video here, and while I play the video, Carlo, did you want to sort of just talk about what it is that everyone's going to be looking at the moment?
Let's watch the video. I first of all, I already mentioned big thanks for Dmitry for designing. Big thanks for Sparks.
Yep.
Because he's working with us on this project, and yeah.
Okay.
So let's play the video first, so community knows what we're talking about, and then we can talk a little bit more.
Excellent. All right. So just to let the community know, there is no audio. This was it was an early release. I was talking to Carlo earlier about this earlier, and we both decided that let's give the community something to watch. So here we go. Very, very cool. So if anyone that can't see, this is mint number 1 only, shielded air filter. And from the looks of it, it's a poster.
Yes, it's a metal poster, and the mint number 1 will get 3D printed stand as it is designed by Dmitry.
Fantastic.
And we will release it in a limited edition, only 50 pieces. Like already mentioned, the mint number 1 will get the stand as well, right? And the rest, the 49, will be packaged with the mounting for the wall.
Wow, excellent. And so this is going to be a real world 3D metal poster that
yes, exactly.
gets delivered to us.
The first time it's going to be the merch that is actually, real life item that will be, the idea is to have it through the NFT that will be redeemed, right?
Yep, totally. Excellent.
Connecting the mint number 1 NFT, receiving the mint number 1 of the plate, and also the same representation that we as NBM say, if there is a 50 mints of this, we will not make more NFT, but we will not make more of these plates, right? It's really gonna be a limited edition in both ways. So connecting the NFT, utilizing and connecting it with the real world.
Yeah, cool, excellent. And is there going to be you probably don't want to say, but is there going to be a certain requirement that you'll need to meet to be able to get one of these 50 mints?
Details will come down the road, but the current idea of deployment is actually the auction, since it's very limited, right?
Yep.
So I also see the question about, is it going to be for the resources? It's planned to be for VAX and resources in combination, pretty much for VAX price covering the cost of making, and simply not taking any profit for us from it, simply auction, recycling the rest with the resources.
Cool, excellent.
That's the idea.
Yeah, fantastic.
So no profit, NBM pretty much covering the expense, and on top of it, recycling some resources and having a great first time limited edition real life merch.
Real world merch that's got its own asset ID and everything on there, and it's got its own plaque of authenticity. The collectors that are in the community, I can hear them drooling. I can hear the drool hitting the desk where they're sitting at the moment, including myself. So no, that's amazing, actually, guys. So this will be the first item that's available as far as merchandise is concerned. That's going to be available. Obviously, it's not going to be available in the shop, though. You said it's going to be more of an auction item. But this is the first one.
Probably it's going to be as an auction item. Yes,
as an auction
probably
item.
It's going to be on NBM auctions, right? Bidding place.
Yep.
On the website.
Cool. Excellent.
Because when you think how to deploy them, right? So if you do a drop, it's not fair, because someone will have to be whitelisted, someone not. How to decide who?
Yep.
If you do it without, then you pretty much leave it to the speed and potentially bots, right? So again, we will have unhappy people, right?
Yep.
So on the other hand, if you do it in NBM shop, pretty much we still would need to either use either some kind of whitelisting or heavy pricing or something. So it's better to use an auction where actually everyone have the same opportunity, right? Everyone can bid. How much people will value these items, that's gonna be up to them, right? And NBM will take no profit out of it, only cover the costs in terms of VAX, and on top of it charge the resources, which will be recycled.
Yep. Cool. Excellent. Alrighty. Well, that's that looks absolutely amazing, and I think that.
And did I mention already?
Rapid
is the one who actually gave me the idea. When we were initially planning and talking about the shirts, hats, mouse pads, and stuff like this.
Yep.
then the idea, the rapid came with this is interesting and stuff like this. I never told him that we are going with it, but yeah,
surprise.
we do listen the community. We do listen community.
Yep.
Every single message that comes through the questions, through the ideas and feedback, through the alpha channel, we are looking, we are reading. With the time, with the obligations, with being busy all the time, sometimes you don't have time to answer to every time and so on. But we are seeing, we are listening, and we are analyzing.
Very
You can
good.
be sure of it.
Very good. Very good. Excellent, guys. Fantastic. Well, guys, that pretty much concludes all of the questions as well as the video and the surprise. Is there anything else you guys would like to say before we wrap this up?
So thanks everybody for sticking up with us.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
More will come.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think these trying times where there's not a huge amount of money being pumped into the market, there's not a huge amount of money being spent, to have one of the most active Discords throughout Wax at the moment, I think is a huge achievement, especially when there's really no incentive for people to have to chat. There's no whitelist requirement, or there's no leveling up challenges or anything like that, where it's purely community-driven interaction, and it's every day and it's constant. That in itself is a huge feat to be proud of, that you guys have built such a supportive and interactive community around this game. So, guys, congratulations. And I might do a quick sign off if that's all right with you guys.
Thank you, everyone, for me as well. All the best for the new year, and bear with us for the new big features.
That's it. Exactly. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you very much to Carlo. This is Vedmark is on this side. We've got Z-Mana down here. We've got Dennison below me. We've got Katrina there. And we've also got Maxim down the bottom, guys. Thank you very much for making yourselves available. A huge amount of information has come out for the community with regards to what's coming in the near future. Super entertaining, and really, really looking forward to everything that's coming up in the near future. And over the next 6 months to a year, I think this is going to be absolutely mind-blowing for a lot of people, and for anyone that's here at the moment. Very lucrative, very fun, and very interactive, and very rewarding. So guys, my name is Al. You'll find me in the Discord. I'm the DJ. I'm the DJ, but I don't have my bot yet.
The bot.
I keep asking Dennison where my bot is, and he goes, I don't know. But guys, thank you very much for joining me. Happy New Year to the NBM community. Happy New Year to you guys as well. And here's to a very successful and rewarding 2022, guys. Thank you very much for joining. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us and for staying awake so long.
That's okay, guys. No worries. I'm about to hit the hay now. Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.